Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Myself Zahra Tariq and I welcome you all to Telemedical Education. Guys, it's an amazing e-learning platform that innovatively digitalizes medical education and facilitates you in your home. The link of our official website is given in the description box. You can go and check there, and I would suggest you to subscribe the channel to stay connected. Basically, जो आज की हमारी वीडियो है, this is for second year biochem. You know that second year biochem is mainly about metabolisms, carbohydrates metabolism आप इसमें पढ़ते हैं, lipids metabolism होता है और proteins metabolism. So आज की इस वीडियो में I will tell you one of the important topic of each metabolisms. One topic from each metabolism. Okay, so let's start. From carbohydrates metabolism, the topic is Krebs cycle. What is Krebs cycle? It's an oxidative cycle. आपको पता है कि ऑक्सीडेटिव साइकिल में हम सबस्ट्रेट साइड पे ऑक्सीडाइज्ड कोएंजाइम्स को यूटिलाइज करवाते हैं और ऑन द प्रोडक्ट साइड वी विल गेट रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट्स. दिस इज द मेन कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द ऑक्सीडेटिव पाथवे. ठीक है, ऑक्सीडेटिव पाथवे में होता क्या, ऑक्सीडेशन होती है, मतलब हाइड्रोजन की रिमूवल होती है या फिर ऑक्सीजन की एडिशन होती है. तो यहाँ पे एंजाइम जो हाइड्रोजन की रिमूवल करवाएगा दैट विल बी डिहाइड्रोजिनेज एंजाइम. And the coenzymes will be some oxidized coenzymes like NAD positive, like FAD. So the Krebs cycle is also called citric acid cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle. What is the reason behind citric acid cycle? आप इसको इसलिए भी कहते हैं because one of the intermediate of Krebs cycle is a 6 carbon citrate structure which is called citrate or citric acid, and the same citrate or citric acid has 3 carboxyl groups, 3 COOH groups in its structure. That's why it's also called tricarboxylic acid cycle. Here, this is an amazing diagram that depicts the citric acid cycle. आप ये देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे citrus fruits लगे हुए हैं, and this is whole is representing a cycle. So the cycle is very interesting. Where the enzymes of the Krebs cycle are located? All the enzymes are present within mitochondrial matrix except one enzyme. And what's that? That is succinate dehydrogenase enzyme. This enzyme is the only which is embedded in inner mitochondrial membrane. All other enzymes are present within the mitochondrial matrix. So this is one exception of the enzyme location. So from where the main substrate of the Krebs cycle comes? The main substrate for Krebs cycle is acetyl coenzyme A. It comes from pyruvate. What is pyruvate? It is the end product of aerobic glycolysis. What is aerobic glycolysis? It is glucose breakdown in the presence of oxygen. One glucose molecule will be converted into 2,3 carbon pyruvate. And from pyruvate, we will get acetyl coenzyme A by the action of an enzyme which is called pyruvate dehydrogenase complex enzyme. There are 3 main components of this enzyme: E1, E2 and E3. E1 stands for decarboxylase, E2 is transacetylase and E3 is dehydrogenase. As the name is indicating, E1 क्या काम करवाएगा? Decarboxylation करवाएगा. पायरुवेट में 3 कार्बन एटम है, उसकी decarboxylation करवा देगा. 1 carbon will be released in the form of carbon dioxide. Next, transacetylase, ये क्या काम करेगा? जब पायरुवेट में से एक कार्बन रिलीज हो जाती है, the remaining structure is called acetyl. एंड द ट्रांसएसिटाइलेज एंजाइम ये ट्रांसफ़र करवाता है किसको? एसिटाइल को. किसके साथ? कोएंजाइम ए के साथ. सो बेसिकली ये रिएक्शन मतलब ट्रांसएसिटाइलेज क्या काम करवा रहा है? कोएंजाइम ए और एसिटाइल को मिला के एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए बना रहा है. एंड द कोएंजाइम ए इज कैरिड बाय ग्रुप विच इज कॉल्ड थायोल ग्रुप. SH group is called thiol group. So coenzyme A is carried by thiol, which is structurally related to vitamin B5 or pantothenic acid. Then in the next step what will happen? This E3 component of the enzyme which is called dehydrogenase, it will cause hydrogen removal. As the name is indicating, it is dehydrogenase. So it will cause dehydrogenation. हाइड्रोजन को रिमूव करवा देगा. किस हाइड्रोजन को? इस सबस्ट्रेट में जो हाइड्रोजन है पायरुवेट में, और उस हाइड्रोजन को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए NAD पॉजिटिव एज एन ऑक्सीडाइज्ड कोएंजाइम अवेलेबल है, एंड इन द प्रोडक्ट साइड यू विल गेट अ रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट दैट इज NADH. So briefly, what is actually happening in this reaction? इस रिएक्शन में 3 कार्बन पायरुवेट, जिसमें 3 कार्बन वाली जो पायरुवेट है, इट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू 2 कार्बन एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए। सो ये तो बिल्कुल कॉमन सेंस की बात है कि डी कार्बोक्सिलेशन तो हो रही है, तभी तो 3 कार्बन वाली पायरुवेट 2 कार्बन वाली एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम में कन्वर्ट हो रही है। तो 1 carbon will be released in the form of carbon dioxide. Secondly, this step is oxidative decarboxylation, not simply decarboxylation. Rather, it is oxidative decarboxylation. So the oxidized coenzyme will be utilized here, and that is NAD positive. And the acetyl part is actually combining with the coenzyme A part, which is carried by thiol. So this acetyl coenzyme A will combine with the 4-carbon oxaloacetate structure to start Krebs cycle. Let's see what's happening here. This is acetyl coenzyme A, which is a 2-carbon containing structure. It will combine with 4-carbon oxaloacetate. Basically इस स्लाइड में ना आपको मैं सिर्फ नंबर ऑफ कार्बन एटम्स को एक्सप्लेन करूंगी जो हमारे पास एंजाइम्स हैं और जो इंटरमीडिएट्स हैं साइकिल के, वो हम इन द अपकमिंग स्लाइड डिस्कस करेंगे। Acetyl coenzyme A, जिसमें 2 कार्बन एटम है, it is combining with the 4-carbon oxaloacetate. 4 and 2 they will combine to form 6 carbon citrate. Then in the next reaction you can see here's a 5 carbon intermediate. It means 1 carbon will be released in the form of carbon dioxide. This is decarboxylation, but again it is an oxidative decarboxylation. So the oxidized coenzyme will be NAD positive, and the product side you are getting reducing agent, that is NADH. In the very next reaction, what is actually happening? The 5-carbon alpha ketoglutarate is converted into some 4-carbon structure, which is nothing but a succinyl coenzyme A. Anyway, this 5-carbon intermediate is getting converted into 4-carbon intermediate. Again, 1 carbon will be released in the form of carbon dioxide. This is again oxidative decarboxylation. So the oxidized coenzyme will be again NAD positive, and you are getting NADH as a reducing agent. Then what will happen? This 4-carbon intermediate will pass through a series of reactions through multiple step pathway, and ultimately it will be converted again into oxaloacetate, and this oxaloacetate is available to combine with acetyl coenzyme A for the next Krebs cycle. So the whole cycle repeats itself. What is the main purpose of Krebs cycle for our body? Basically हमारी बॉडी को, हमारे मसल्स को ATP प्रोवाइड करता है, ठीक है। एक्सरसाइजिंग स्केलेटल मसल्स को एटीपी जो डिमांड होती है, उनकी एटीपी डिमांड, तो एटीपी सप्लाई कौन कर रहा है? Krebs cycle. How Krebs cycle provides ATP to our skeletal muscles? Basically these are the reducing agents: NADH, NADH, FADH2, NADH. These all reducing agents are actually energy equivalents. They will enter electron transport chain and give off energy in the form of ATP, and that ATP will be utilized by our skeletal muscles. So that's how Krebs cycle participates in energy production. It is an oxidative reaction. It produces reducing agents, and that reducing agents will provide ATP to our body. This is the main description of the Krebs cycle with enzymes and with the substrates written there. सिट्रिक एसिड साइकिल और Krebs साइकिल में क्या हो रहा है कि पायरुवेट से सबसे पहले बन गया एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ पायरुवेट डिहाइड्रोजनेज कॉम्प्लेक्स. Then acetyl coenzyme will combine with 4-carbon oxaloacetate to form 6-carbon citrate. Enzyme will be citrate synthase. The B is citrate synthase. Then citrate से बनेगा isocitrate और enzyme है aconitase. Here simply isomerization is taking place. 6-carbon citrate से 6-carbon isocitrate. In the very next reaction, isocitrate की oxidative decarboxylation होगी and आपको प्रोडक्ट साइड पे अल्फा कीटोग्लूटारेट मिलेगा विच इज अ 5-कार्बन कंटेनिंग स्ट्रक्चर. फिर अल्फा कीटोग्लूटारेट जिसमें 5 कार्बन एटम है, इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू 4-कार्बन सक्सिनाइल कोएंजाइम ए. दिस सक्सिनाइल कोएंजाइम ए विच इज हैविंग 4 कार्बन atoms, it will be converted into succinate. Succinate will be converted into fumarate by simply oxidation, and fumarate by receiving one water molecule, it means by hydration, it will be converted into malate, and in the very last reaction malate is converted into oxaloacetate again by oxidation. So if you're noticing one thing, there are some reactions which are irreversible and some reactions which are reversible. What does that mean? इरिवर्सिबल रिएक्शंस का मतलब, इरिवर्सिबल स्टेप्स का मतलब ये होता है कि वहाँ पे एक्ट करने वाले एंजाइम्स जो हैं वो रेगुलेटरी एंजाइम्स हैं. इरिवर्सिबल स्टेप्स आर द रेगुलेटरी स्टेप्स ऑफ एनी साइकिल and the enzymes which are working there, they will be the regulatory enzymes of the reaction. Like here, A is pyruvate dehydrogenase, B is citrate synthase, C is isocitrate dehydrogenase, and D is alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. These four enzymes are considered as the regulatory enzymes of Krebs cycle because they are involved in the irreversible steps. All other reactions are the reversible. So if I tell you the activators and inhibitors of Krebs cycle, that's very simple. मैंने आपको बताया कि Krebs cycle से आपको ATP मिलते हैं. अगर बॉडी में पहले ही ATP सफिशिएंट अमाउंट में प्रेजेंट है तो दैट इंक्रीज ATP विल इनहिबिट द एंजाइम्स ऑफ Krebs cycle. एज यू कैन सी हियर, ATP इनहिबिट करेगा, यहाँ पे भी ATP इनहिबिट करेगा, हियर अगेन. तो बेसिकली इंक्रीज्ड ATP और इंक्रीज रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट्स which was the actual product of the Krebs cycle, ये क्या करेंगे, इनहिबिट करेंगे Krebs cycle के एंजाइम्स को. और अगर ATP कम है, इट मीन्स ADP मतलब एडिनोसिन डाइफॉस्फेट का लेवल ज़्यादा है, दैट ADP विल फैसिलिटेट द रेगुलेटरी एंजाइम्स ऑफ Krebs cycle. वेरी सिंपल. अगर बॉडी में एनर्जी ज़्यादा है तो वो इंक्रीज एनर्जी either in the form of ATP, either in the form of NADH will inhibit the regulatory enzymes of Krebs cycle. And if the energy level is low, it means adenosine diphosphate is elevating, and that adenosine diphosphate or ADP will activate the enzymes of Krebs cycle and will facilitate the Krebs cycle to produce ATP. This was a brief regulation of the Krebs cycle. What is the mnemonic to remember the intermediates of Krebs cycle? That mnemonic is our city is kept safe from malate. Our stands, the O in our stands for oxaloacetate, C for citrate, I for isocitrate, K for alpha ketoglutarate, S for succinyl coenzyme A and succinate, F for fumarate and the malate. Let's see here. Oxaloacetate, our. Citrate, city. Isocitrate is alpha ketoglutarate is kept. Succinyl coenzyme A and succinate is save. And succinate से fumarate, that is from malate. I would like to tell you one important thing here, that succinyl coenzyme is converted into succinate. How? Here the enzyme is succinate thiokinase. वो एंजाइम क्या काम करता है, प्रोडक्ट साइड पे एक GTP का मॉलिक्यूल बनाता है और ये जो कोएंजाइम A पार्ट सक्सिनाइल कोएंजाइम A में है, इट इज गेटिंग रिलीज्ड. दिस कोएंजाइम A पार्ट विल गो इनटू कीटोलाइसिस which is ketone body breakdown and it's one of the topic of lipids metabolism. सक्सिनाइल कोएंजाइम A जब सक्सिनेट में कन्वर्ट होता है तो ये जो कोएंजाइम A पार्ट रिलीज हुआ है, दिस विल एंटर इनटू कीटोलाइसिस, दैट इज कीटोन बॉडी ब्रेकडाउन. And on the product side you will get an energy molecule that is GTP, and 1 GTP is equivalent to 1 ATP, we know that. So that was about Krebs cycle, very easy. What is the energy yield from one Krebs cycle? From one Krebs cycle, actually there is one acetyl coenzyme A that was entering one Krebs cycle, and from one acetyl co A being completely oxidized by the Krebs cycle, you will get 12 ATP molecules. 12 ATP molecules are produced for each acetyl coenzyme A that enters Krebs cycle. How? Let's calculate. Here you can see this NADH is equivalent to, we know that one NADH is equal to 3 ATP molecules and one FADH2 is equal to 2 ATP molecules. So एक Krebs cycle में आपको 1, 2 and 3 तीन आपको NADH के molecules मिल रहे हैं, and one FADH2 and one GTP. One NADH is equal to 3 ATP. So 3 NADH will be equal to 9 ATP molecules. 9 plus 2 is equal to 11 plus 1, that will be 12. So that's how from one acetyl CoA you are getting 12 ATP molecules. This was the energy yield of Krebs cycle. What is the significance of Krebs cycle? It provides ATP to our muscles that we have discussed. So it continuously supplies ATP to our exercising skeletal muscles. Furthermore, it provides intermediates for gluconeogenesis and for fatty acid synthesis. Gluconeogenesis is glucose synthesis, which physiologically takes place 90% in the liver and 10% in the kidney. And fatty acid synthesis is the synthesis of fatty acids, which actually takes place in the lactating mammary glands, in liver, and in adipose tissue. Furthermore, Krebs cycle also provides intermediates for transamination of amino acids, which is a topic of proteins metabolism. What is actually transamination? It's the transfer of amino group from amino acid to alpha ketoglutarate, producing glutamate and alpha keto acid. Anyway, that's a topic of proteins metabolism. Up till now we have seen the Krebs cycle of our carbohydrates metabolism. अब हम चलते हैं proteins metabolism की तरफ और उसमें जो हमारा topic है that is urea cycle. What is urea cycle? Urea cycle is also called ammonia detoxification or is a detoxified form of ammonia, you can say. What is actually meant by urea cycle? Actually, it is ammonia detoxification. It means it is the cycle which converts ammonia into urea. Ammonia is very toxic for our tissues, especially for our central nervous system. So there is a need for to convert this ammonia into urea as early as possible. So that ammonia conversion into urea is called urea cycle, which takes place in the liver. And then the urea will be excreted out in the form of urine and to some extent in fecal matter, and some extent the urea will be converted again into ammonia, and that ammonia will be converted into ammonium ions, and you can check the sample of urine where some amount of ammonium ions are also present. Ammonia is detoxified through two main mechanisms in our body. One is glutamine synthesis and the other is urea cycle. Glutamine synthesis takes place in the liver, in muscles, in kidneys and in brain, especially for the brain. This glutamine synthesis is very important because glutamine is the non-toxic storage form of ammonia. I repeat, glutamine is the non-toxic storage form of ammonia. So if there is increasing ammonia levels in the tissues, what will happen? The enzyme, which is glutamine synthase enzyme, that enzyme will convert ammonia into glutamine, especially in the brain, to prevent hyperammonia or central nervous system toxicity because of elevated ammonia. And the other mechanism to detoxify ammonia from our body, that is urea cycle. It takes place particularly in the liver. What is urea cycle? It is ammonia conversion into urea by series of steps that will convert toxic ammonia into non-toxic urea, and that urea will be excreted out of our body in the form of urine. So there are 5 steps of urea cycle. 2 steps take place in mitochondrial matrix and the other 3 are cytosolic. What are these steps? So first of all, the reaction starts from mitochondrial matrix. The first 2 reactions take place in mitochondrial matrix and the other 3 take place in the cytosol. In the very first step, which is mitochondrial matrix step, carbon from the carbon dioxide and nitrogen from the ammonium ions will combine using 2 ATP molecules which are not mentioned here to form carbamoyl phosphate in the presence of enzyme carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 1. This enzyme is the regulatory enzyme of urea cycle, and this step is the committed or the rate limiting step of urea cycle. So the allosteric activator of this enzyme is N-acetyl glutamate. N-acetyl glutamate synthesis is promoted by diet containing arginine. इसका मतलब ये कि आप अपनी डाइट में जितना प्रोटीन ज़्यादा लेंगे, जितना आर्जिनिन अमाइनो एसिड ज़्यादा लेंगे, उतना हमारी बॉडी में यूरिया साइकिल का प्रोसीड करना आसान होगा और जो हमारी बॉडी वो अमोनिया के टॉक्सिक इफेक्ट से जो है प्रोटेक्टेड रहेगी. So what is happening? Carbon from the carbon dioxide or carbonic acid, you can say, and nitrogen from ammonium ions combine using 2 ATP molecules to form carbamoyl phosphate. Enzyme involved is carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 1. Then what will happen? This carbamoyl phosphate will be converted into citrulline using ornithine. Ornithine is actually one of the intermediate of urea cycle which acts as a precursor for the upcoming urea cycle. Ornithine is an intermediate of urea cycle, but it acts as a precursor for the next urea cycle. So carbamoyl phosphate using that ornithine will be converted into citrulline. That citrulline will diffuse out of the mitochondrial matrix into the cytosol. The enzyme which is converting carbamoyl phosphate to citrulline is ornithine transcarbamylase. Ornithine transcarbamylase, which is converting carbamoyl phosphate using ornithine into citrulline. Then the citrulline is coming out of the mitochondrial matrix into the cytosol. In the cytosol, this citrulline will be converted into argininosuccinate. argininosuccinate. Enzyme is argininosuccinate synthetase. Here there will be the utilization of one ATP molecule as well. दो ATP मॉलिक्यूल्स हमने यहाँ माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स में मैंने आपको बताया कि यूटिलाइज होते हैं, और वन ATP मॉलिक्यूल यहाँ साइटोसोल में इस्तेमाल हो जाता है जहाँ पे सिट्रुलिन से आर्जिनिनोसक्सिनेट बनता है. यू नो दैट यूरिया के स्ट्रक्चर में आपके पास दो नाइट्रोजन एटम्स हैं. वन नाइट्रोजन कम्स फ्रॉम अमोनियम आइंस and the other nitrogen comes from aspartate amino acid. So this is important. From aspartate amino acid you will get second nitrogen of the urea, and that argininosuccinate, which is now having two nitrogen, it will be converted into arginine in the presence of enzyme argininosuccinase, or it's also called argininosuccinate lyase. You are getting arginine but also fumarate, and that fumarate, which is a byproduct of urea cycle, it will enter into Krebs cycle. We know that fumarate की हाइड्रेशन होती है तो मेलेट बनता है इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एंजाइम फ्यूमरेज. फिर मेलेट की ऑक्सीडेशन होती है इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एंजाइम मेलेट डिहाइड्रोजिनेस तो ऑक्सैलोएसीटेट बनता है, और फिर वो ऑक्सैलोएसीटेट अगेन कंबाइन करते हैं एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए के साथ टू फॉर्म 6 कार्बन सिट्रेट, व्हिच वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अप टिल नाउ. आर्जिनिन फिर कन्वर्ट हो जाता है इनटू ऑर्निथिन इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एंजाइम आर्जिनेस यूजिंग वाटर मॉलिक्यूल. Basically arginine की hydrolysis होती है in the presence of water molecule. Enzyme is arginase and you are getting ornithine and the urea, which is the main product of our urea cycle, that is urea, and this ornithine will act as a precursor for the next urea cycle. So these were the steps of the urea cycle to take place in the mitochondrial matrix and the other three in the cytosol. This is a rate limiting step which is converting carbon dioxide and ammonium ions into the carbamoyl phosphate using carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 1 as the regulatory enzyme of the cycle. So there will be utilization of 3 ATP molecules in the urea cycle. One water molecule is utilized. The main product is urea. The byproduct is fumarate. I hope it's very easy. Again, this is what? This is glutamate plus ammonium ions combined to form glutamine. I have told you कि glutamine जो है it is a non-toxic storage form of ammonia. So basically ammonia from the ammonium ions combine with glutamate to form an amine, which is glutamine in the presence of ATP. So the enzyme is glutamine synthetase, and this reaction is very important particularly in the central nervous system to prevent central nervous system toxicity because of hyperammonia. This is a urea cycle. The two steps which taking place in the mitochondrial matrix, that is carbon plus ammonium ions combined to form carbamoyl phosphate using 2 ATP molecules mentioned here. Enzyme is carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 1, which is allostatically activated by N-acetyl glutamate, and the carbamoyl phosphate will be converted into citrulline using ornithine. The enzyme is ornithine transcarbamylase. Then this citrulline diffuses out of the mitochondrial matrix into the cytoplasm, where it's converted into argininosuccinate. The second nitrogen of the urea cycle comes from amino acid aspartate. Enzyme is argininosuccinate synthetase. Here the utilization of one ATP molecule, two ATP molecules are utilized here and one here. Then argininosuccinate will be converted into arginine. Enzyme is argininosuccinate lyase. The byproduct is fumarate, which will enter into Krebs cycle. उसके बाद arginine पे enzyme act करेगा arginase enzyme in the presence of water molecule, and you are getting your main product, which is urea, and the byproduct, or you can say the precursor for the next urea cycle, that is ornithine, which will again enters into the mitochondrial matrix to participate for the next cycle. That's how urea cycle is taking place, and this is very easy reaction. What's the clinical significance of urea cycle? It prevents hyperammonia. Hyperammonia is a medical emergency because ammonia is directly toxic to central nervous system. The patient of hyperammonia will present with blurred vision, slurred speech, cerebral edema because of raised intracranial pressure, and the patient may get comatose, and sudden death can occur if it's not treated rapidly. So patient can be comatose, and sudden death is also possible because there is requirement of a very emergency treatment in this case, because it is highly toxic to our central nervous system, and the patient can become comatose. What is the other significance of urea cycle? Recycling of tricarboxylic acid cycle intermediates, which is Krebs cycle intermediates. We have seen fumarate आपको मिलता है, फिर fumarate जो है वो convert हो जाता है into the malate. Synthesis of arginine. Arginine is a semi-essential amino acid which you have to take from your diet or the body can synthesize it to some extent. Transamination reactions are linked with the urea cycle. How? Let me tell you that. Here you can see aspartate, which is giving the second nitrogen to the urea. This aspartate results from the transamination of oxaloacetate, which is a topic of proteins metabolism. What is actually happening? Oxaloacetate accepts amino group from glutamate and it will be converted into aspartate. Again, oxaloacetate accepts amino group from glutamate and it will be converted into aspartate, and the residual will be alpha ketoglutarate, which can enter Krebs cycle. So this is transamination that is linked with the urea cycle. Coming to the lipids metabolism. In the lipids metabolism मैं आपको बताती हूँ फैटी एसिड सिंथेसिस के बारे में. फैटी एसिड सिंथेसिस से पहले आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि फैटी एसिड्स हमारी बॉडी में दो फॉर्म में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, आइदर इन द फ्री फॉर्म, आइदर इन द स्टोरेज फॉर्म, और यू कैन से esterified form. Fatty acids can be obtained from the diet mainly, but it can also be synthesized in the body, especially in the lactating mammary glands, in liver, and to some extent in adipose tissue. What are the main requirements for fatty acid synthesis? There are two main requirements, ATP and NADPH. इससे आपको ये पता चल रहा है कि fatty acid synthesis is an energy consuming process and it is a reductant pathway which utilizes reducing agent, that is NADPH. And on the product side you will get oxidized coenzyme that will be NADP positive. So the NADP, what is the source of NADPH? It comes from hexose monophosphate shunt or the pentose phosphate pathway. And what is the main source of ATP in our body? We have discussed, that is Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle, and there are many other reactions as well that provides ATP for anabolic reactions and for synthetic reactions. And one of the example is fatty acid synthesis. It is a cytosolic process. So there is requirement to move. What is the main substrate for fatty acid synthesis? That is acetyl coenzyme A. The fatty acid synthesis is a cytosolic process, so there is requirement to move acetyl coenzyme A from mitochondrial matrix into the cytosol. क्योंकि आपके पास जो मेन सबस्ट्रेट है वो तो एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए है, लेकिन वो माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स में है, आपको उसको साइटोसोल में लाना है, क्योंकि फैटी एसिड्स की चेन को इलोंगेट करने के लिए जो कार्बन एटम्स हैं दैट कम फ्रॉम एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए. बिकॉज कोएंजाइम ए पार्ट इज अनेबल टू क्रॉस इनर माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मेम्ब्रेन. कोएंजाइम ए पार्ट जो है वो इनर माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मेम्ब्रेन को क्रॉस नहीं कर सकता, तो फिर आप एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए को कैसे बाहर लाएंगे इनटू द साइटोसोल? तो यहाँ पे एक स्ट्रैटेजी इस्तेमाल होती है. इनसाइड माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स, दिस एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए, which is 2 carbon structure, it will combine with 4 carbon oxaloacetate to form 6 carbon citrate, very first step of the Krebs cycle. In the presence of enzyme citrate synthase, फिर ये जो citrate है ये diffuse out होके आ जाता है into the cytosol, where citrate पे enzyme act करता है citrate lyase, ATP dependent citrate lyase enzyme, और सिट्रेट के लाइसिस से आपको अगेन ऑक्सैलोएसिटेट और एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए मिल जाता है. दैट्स हाउ एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए जो है अब अवेलेबल है टू पार्टिसिपेट फॉर फैटी एसिड सिंथेसिस. In the very next reaction, what will happen? There will be carboxylation of acetyl coenzyme A to form malonyl coenzyme A. There will be carboxylation of 2 carbon acetyl coenzyme A to form 3 carbon malonyl coenzyme A. The enzyme will be carboxylase enzyme. And using the name of the substrate, the enzyme will be acetyl coenzyme A carboxylase. Acetyl coenzyme A carboxylase. What's the coenzyme? That is vitamin B7 और biotin. आपको मेटाबॉलिज्म में कहीं पे भी कार्बोक्सिलेशन का रिएक्शन मिले ना, तो वहाँ पे कोएंजाइम हमेशा विटामिन B7 होता है, that is biotin. And this reaction is the rate limiting step for fatty acid synthesis. इसका मतलब कि ये एंजाइम रेगुलेटरी एंजाइम होगा, and you have to know the regulation of this enzyme. So there are two types of regulation. One is short-term regulation and the other is long-term regulation. Short-term regulation में आपके पास दो तरह के सब टाइप्स आती हैं, एलोस्टेरिक और कोवेलेंट मॉडिफिकेशन. एलोस्टेरिक रेगुलेशन में the allosteric activator is citrate and the allosteric inhibitor is long-chain fatty acids. It means there will be end product inhibition of this enzyme. What is the covalent modification? इन कोवेलेंट मॉडिफिकेशन हम देखते हैं कि एंजाइम की कौन सी फॉर्म एक्टिव है. आइदर इट इज़ द फॉस्फोराइलेटेड फॉर्म, आइदर इट इज़ द डीफॉस्फोराइलेटेड फॉर्म. इन द केस ऑफ एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए कार्बोक्सिलेज इसकी फॉस्फोराइलेटेड फॉर्म इनएक्टिव है और इसकी डीफॉस्फोराइलेटेड फॉर्म एक्टिव है. What is the long-term regulation of acetyl coenzyme carboxylase? Long-term regulation depends upon three factors: on hormones, on drugs, and on diet. That will be regulation for a longer time. Hormones में आपके पास आ जाते हैं glucagon, glucocorticoids, and epinephrine. These all are hyperglycemic hormones that tend to increase our blood glucose level. These hormones will cause activation of adenylyl cyclase enzyme. एडिनालाइल साइक्लेज की जब एक्टिवेशन होती है तो आपके पास साइक्लिक एएमपी का लेवल सेल्स के अंदर बढ़ जाता है. दैट इंक्रीज्ड साइक्लिक एएमपी विल कॉज एक्टिवेशन ऑफ प्रोटीन काइनेज ए. काइनेज है तो फॉस्फोराइलेशन करवाएगी एंड द प्रोटीन काइनेज ए विल कॉज फॉस्फोराइलेशन ऑफ एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए कार्बोक्सिलेज एंजाइम. और आपको पता है कि एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए कार्बोक्सिलेज की फॉस्फोराइलेटेड फॉर्म इनएक्टिव है, तो एंजाइम जो है वो इनएक्टिव हो जाएगा और रिएक्शन इनहिबिट हो जाएगा. एंड द ऑपोजिट गोज फॉर hypoglycemic hormones that include insulin and thyroid hormones to some extent. इंसुलिन और थायराइड हार्मोन्स साइक्लिक एएमपी के लेवल को कम करते हैं, प्रोटीन काइनेज ए को कम करते हैं और डीफॉस्फोराइलेशन करवा के एक्टिवेशन करवा देते हैं एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए कार्बोक्सिलेज की. द सेकंड फैक्टर इज ड्रग्स. ड्रग्स में मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट आपके लेवल पे जो है दैट इज मेटमॉर्फिन ड्रग. मेटमॉर्फिन ड्रग के दो इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शंस आपको याद रखने हैं. इट रिड्यूसेस सीरम ट्राइसाइक्लिसराइड लेवल एंड इट रिड्यूसेस blood sugar level, blood glucose level. मतलब it prevents type 2 diabetes mellitus. It prevents metabolic syndrome. What is the diet? बहुत आसान सी बात है. अगर बॉडी में फैट्स की ज़रूरत है तो डाइट से ज़्यादा लें, मतलब ऐसी डाइट लें जो लिपिड रिच डाइट हो और कार्ब्स कंटेंट को कम कर दें. और अगर बॉडी में पहले ही लिपिड्स नॉर्मल अमाउंट में हैं तो ओबेसिटी को और लिपिडीमिया हाइपरलिपिडीमिया को प्रिवेंट करने के लिए डाइट में लिपिड कंटेंट कम कर दें और कार्बोहाइड्रेट और प्रोटीन्स कंटेंट को बढ़ा दें. दैट इज द डाइट रेगुलेशन. सो दिस इज द कंप्लीट डिटेल ऑफ द स्टेप्स ऑफ फैटी एसिड सिंथेसिस. We know that the regulatory enzyme is acetyl coenzyme carboxylase, but the main enzyme for fatty acid synthesis is fatty acid synthase enzyme. Fatty acid synthase enzyme is a multifunctional dimeric enzyme. Dimeric means it has two monomers and each monomer is a multi-catalytic polypeptide with 7 different enzymic domains. You have to remember just one domain and that is ACP domain, acyl carrier protein domain. Acyl carrier protein domain. So what will happen in the reactions? आप जो है कंप्लीट फैटी एसिड सिंथेस के स्ट्रक्चर नहीं देखेंगे, आप सिर्फ उसकी एक डोमेन ड्रॉ करेंगे एंड दैट इज एसीपी डोमेन. हियर यू कैन सी this is the structure of fatty acid synthase. This is not the whole structure of fatty acid synthase. We know it's an enzyme and the enzymes are proteins and उसमें amino acids भी होंगे and one of the amino acid is cysteine amino acid जो कि thiol group के साथ अटैच है. And the domain is shown here, that is ACP domain, which is again bind to the thiol group, SH group. So in the very first reaction what will happen, ये फैटी एसिड सिंथेस का आपके पास स्ट्रक्चर है. इसमें एसिटाइल पार्ट ऐड होगा, मतलब इसकी एसिटाइलेशन होगी. एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए का एसिटाइल पार्ट ऐड होगा, मतलब 2 कार्बन ऐड होंगे और कोएंजाइम ए पार्ट रिलीज हो जाएगा. ये देखें एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए में से जो रेड वाली आपके पास 2 कार्बन है ना, ये ऐड हो जाएंगी. कहाँ पे ऐड होंगी? टू द थायोल ग्रुप ऑफ एसीपी डोमेन. हियर यू कैन सी दिस इज एसिटाइलेशन. एंजाइम विल बी एसिटाइलेस, ट्रांस एसिटाइलेस you can say. In the next reaction what will happen, this acetyl part will be transferred to the thiol group of cysteine residue from thiol group of ACP domain. Here the reaction will be transferation, enzyme will be transferase. In the next reaction malonylation will take place. What is malonylation? It is the addition of 3 carbon malonyl from malonyl coenzyme A. So the 3 carbon atoms of malonyl will be added to the thiol group of ACP domain. Here 1, 2 and 3. These 3 carbon atoms are added to the thiol group of ACP domain. This is malonylation. In the next reaction what will happen? Condensation. Condensation में क्या होगा? This carbon with these 2 oxygen will be released in the form of carbon dioxide. अब आपके पास thiol of the ACP के साथ 2 कार्बन अटैच एंड दैट इज C double bond and CH2. This C double bond and CH2 will receive the C double bond O CH3 from the thiol group of cysteine residue here. अब thiol group of ACP डोमेन के साथ, ये सल्फर ऑफ ACP डोमेन के साथ अब आपके पास 4 कार्बन आके ऐड हो गए. C double bond O CH2 from the malonyl coenzyme A, C double bond CH3 from the acetyl coenzyme A. So it's a 4 carbon structure attached to the thiol of ACP domain. This structure is called 3-ketoacyl ACP because of the presence of keto group on third carbon atom, that is C double bond O group. The reaction is called condensation reaction, and the enzyme will be 3-ketoacyl synthase enzyme, 3-ketoacyl ACP synthase enzyme. In the next reaction there is reduction. The enzyme will be reductase. Reduction is what? It is hydrogen addition. So hydrogen will be added on the third carbon atom. One hydrogen will be added on the third carbon atom and the other hydrogen onto the oxygen here. One hydrogen will be added onto the third carbon atom and the other hydrogen to oxygen. This is reduction. Enzyme will be reductase. अब आपके पास थर्ड कार्बन पे एक हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप अटैच हो गया. So the structure will be 3-hydroxyacyl ACP. एंजाइम कौन सा है? जो 3-ketoacyl ACP की रिडक्शन करवा रहा है, एंड द एंजाइम विल बी 3-ketoacyl ACP reductase enzyme. उसने बना दिया 3-hydroxyacyl ACP. In the very next reaction, one water molecule will be released from this structure. Water molecule release होगा तो hydroxyl ions और hydrogen ions release होंगे, that will combine to form water. So hydroxyl ion from this third carbon atom and one hydrogen from this second carbon atom will be released in the form of water. And in the next structure you are getting a double bond between carbon 2 and carbon 3. This double bond is of trans configuration. So the structure will be trans 2 enol ACP. Trans 2 enol ACP. It's actually dehydration taking place. So the enzyme will be dehydratase. Dehydratase. That will cause conversion of 3-hydroxyacyl ACP into trans 2 enol ACP. In the last reaction, again reduction will take place. Reduction is again hydrogen addition using NADPH as a reducing agent. So one hydrogen will be added to the second carbon atom and the other hydrogen will be added to the third carbon atom. So the structure will be saturated fatty acid, 4 carbon containing saturated fatty acid. The word 4 is indicated by butane and it's a fatty acid, so we'll call it butyryl ACP. 4 carbon containing structure, that will be butyryl ACP. It is a saturated fatty acid because it has only single bond, no double bond present in this structure. If the double bond will be added, we will call it unsaturated fatty acid. अभी ये saturated fatty acid है. फिर इसकी अनसेचुरेशन के लिए जो है स्मूथ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम के डीसेचुरेजेज एंजाइम एक्ट करते हैं और डबल बॉन्ड ऐड होता है. एंड वन थिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, हमारी बॉडी का जो मेटाबॉलिज्म है, जो हमारी बॉडी के रिएक्शंस हैं, जो टिश्यूज़ हैं, जितने भी एंजाइम्स हैं, वो सिर्फ एक डबल बॉन्ड इंट्रोड्यूस करवा सकते हैं. इसका मतलब कि हमारी बॉडी सिर्फ मोनो अनसेचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स बना सकती है. पॉली अनसेचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स हमारी बॉडी का मेटाबॉलिज्म नहीं बना सकता. और पॉली अनसेचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स को आप सिर्फ अपनी डाइट से ले सकते हैं. दैट्स वाई पॉली अनसेचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स आर कॉल्ड एसेंशियल फैटी एसिड्स. That include omega-3 fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids, and if there's deficiency of these essential fatty acids, the clinical presentation will be towards skin. The clinical presentation will be towards skin. Okay, this 4 carbon butyryl ACP, ये अब क्या होगा, ये सारे रिएक्शंस रिपीट होंगे. कितनी बार रिपीट होंगे? फॉर अबाउट 6 टाइम्स. ठीक है, 6 टाइम्स ये रिएक्शन रिपीट होंगे और हर बार 2 कार्बन जो है वो ऐड होती जाएंगे. अभी 4 कार्बन वाली आपके पास फैटी एसिड बनी. जब ये रिएक्शन एक बार रिपीट होगा आपके पास 6 कार्बन वाली फैटी एसिड बनेगी. फिर जब रिपीट होगा तो 8 कार्बन, अगेन 10 कार्बन, देन 12 कार्बन, देन 14 कार्बन एंड एट देन 16 कार्बन. दैट 16 कार्बन स्ट्रक्चर इज कॉल्ड palmitoyl ACP and this is a primary product of fatty acid synthase enzyme. This enzyme, इस एंजाइम का प्राइमरी प्रोडक्ट है palmitoyl ACP which is a 16 carbon containing fatty acid. In the last step, what will happen? This palmitoyl ACP will be converted into palmitate fatty acid. In the presence of enzyme palmitoyl thioesterase, and one water molecule will be utilized here. So अगर आपको MCQ आ जाता है, मल्टीपल चॉइस से कहा जाता है व्हाट इज द प्राइमरी प्रोडक्ट ऑफ फैटी एसिड सिंथेस, तो आप कहेंगे इट इज पाल्मिटेट और पाल्मिटिक एसिड which is a 16 carbon containing saturated fatty acid. What is the mnemonic to remember the steps of fatty acid synthesis? The mnemonic is very easy. ATM CR DR. अगर mnemonic इतना आसान है तो आपको steps भी बहुत आसान लगेंगे. A stands for acetylation. That was the addition of 2 carbon from acetyl coenzyme A. T stands for transferation. There was a transfer of acetyl part from thiol group of ACP domain to thiol of cysteine residue. Then malonylation, which was the addition of 3 carbon of malonyl from malonyl coenzyme A. Then C stands for condensation. Condensation में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिमूव हो रही थी और जो 4 कार्बन वाली स्ट्रक्चर है C डबल बॉन्ड O CH2 C डबल बॉन्ड O CH3 वो थायोल ऑफ ACP डोमेन पे आके बाइंड कर रही थी. Then R stands for reduction. Reduction में आप NADPH को एज ए रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट इस्तेमाल करके हाइड्रोजन को ऐड करते हो. आपके पास 3rd कार्बन पर हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप ऐड हो गया था. उसके बाद फिर है डिहाइड्रेशन. डिहाइड्रेशन में आपने वाटर को रिमूव किया, आपके पास एक ट्रांस टू इनवाइल एसीपी बन गया, मतलब ऐसी स्ट्रक्चर बनी जिसमें एक डबल बॉन्ड प्रेजेंट था. और लास्ट रिएक्शन में आपने उस डबल बॉन्ड को रिड्यूस करवाने के लिए अगेन रिडक्शन करवा दी, दैट इज आर. रिडक्शन में आपने अगेन NADPH को एज अ रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट इस्तेमाल किया एंड आपको प्रोडक्ट साइड पे 4 कार्बन कंटेनिंग ब्यूटाराइल ACP बन गया. आपने उस रिएक्शन को 6 टाइम्स जो है रिपीट करवाया एंड एट द एंड यू विल गेट 16 कार्बन पाल्मिटिक एसिड. This is the mnemonic again. ATM CR/DR. Acetylation, transferation, malonylation, condensation, reduction, dehydration, reduction. We can see here as well. Acetylation, transferation, malonylation, condensation, reduction, dehydration, reduction. These were the steps of fatty acid synthesis. Very easy. So at the end again I would suggest you to subscribe the channel to stay connected. और इसके अलावा जो हमारी ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट का जो लिंक है दैट इज़ गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स, यू कैन गो एंड चेक देयर. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. टेक केयर. अल्लाह हाफिज़.